This is a sample of one of the big scrolls. We have 5 of them.
Tin, một mô hình AI do các nhà khoa học nước ngoài phát triển đã hoàn
Have you ever believed that fallen angels, those supernatural beings once chained deep underground, are trying to break free right now? In 2025, a bunch of shocking finds at the Dead Sea have shaken up archaeologists and Bible experts. From the Haaretz newspaper to Bible scholars, everyone's talking about the oldest ancient scrolls ever known, and inside them, there's a warning from the very beginning of time. The Book of Enoch talks about the Watchers, those rebel angels who got sent down to the abyss. This video will take you back to the Judean desert, where the sand and rocks are whispering secrets buried for over 2,000 years. We'll follow the trail of the Book of Enoch, a book that was once banned, hidden from the regular Bible. And then, in 2025, new discoveries from Haaretz, plus this AI called AI Enoch, have pulled back the curtain. Those scrolls are more than 100 years older than any we've known, with weird writing that's never been decoded, like whispers from the deep waking up. This isn't made-up stuff. It's not some fantasy movie. This is real history, carved on animal skins, buried under sand and rock, and now it's coming alive again. All the signs point to one thing. The prison door down there is about to open. Today, we'll step into the shadows of the Qumran caves, where a Bedouin guy in 1947 accidentally woke up in the past. There, among the crumbling papers and dust, is an ancient prophecy about sin, about angels rebelling, and about when they'll come back. We'll read Enoch's words again, shine a light on them with 2025 Haaretz News, and see how the modern world, from AI and gene tech to weird things in the sky, is repeating that exact forbidden knowledge the angels once gave to humans. But before it all comes out, let's go back in time. Ask yourself, who was the first person to find these scrolls? And why do they have the power to shake up history, faith, and even the fate of mankind? Don't forget to watch to the end, because who knows, this might be the wake-up signs God wants you to know about, because you are the one He chose. To answer questions like that, we need to step back a bit to the history of the Dead Sea Scrolls, a priceless treasure that was forgotten for centuries. In 1947, out in the dry Judean desert, a young Bedouin shepherd boy named Mohammed Ed-Dib tossed a rock at a cliff near the Dead Sea. It made a sharp cracking sound in the dark. Following the noise, he found old clay jars full of rolled-up leather scrolls, faded with age. He had no idea he'd just uncovered one of the biggest archaeological finds of the 20th century, the Dead Sea Scrolls. From that first discovery, experts dug into 11 caves around Qumran. They pulled out over 900 manuscripts written on animal skin and papyrus, dating from the 3rd century BC to the 1st century AD. Ancient Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek words had survived thousands of years, like something out of old stories. This was the secret library of the Essenes, a group of Jews living apart by the Dead Sea, cut off from the rest of the world. They might have been the ones who copied and saved the oldest Hebrew Bible texts we know. Scholars split the scrolls into 3 main groups. The first is Bible texts, parts from Genesis, Psalms, and especially the Isaiah scroll, almost complete and over 23 feet long. Compared to today's Bible, it matches about 99%, with just a few small word differences. That's strong proof God's word stayed the same for over 2,000 years, through wars, moves, and time. The second group is the Apocrypha, books not in the main Bible but popular back then. These include the Book of Enoch, with forbidden stories about fallen angels and God's judgment. The third group is Essene, community writings about their monk-like life, purification rituals, and strict rules. One note says, "They lived as children of light, waiting for the day the Lord punishes the wicked." It's like a prophecy echoing through time, making many believe the Essenes were chosen to guard the living word until the end. But the scroll's journey wasn't easy. After discovery, They sparked fights over ownership among Middle East countries. Israel, Jordan, and Western scholars all claimed them. In the 1,950 seconds and 60 seconds, many texts went missing, sold on the black market, even cut into pieces for collectors. People called that time the Dark Age of Bible scholarship, when secrets about the Bible's origins were locked in politics and greed. Only recently, with advanced scanning from the Israel Antiquities Authority, all 25,000 plus fragments were digitized, rebuilt, and shared with the world. Those blurry Hebrew letters from millennia ago glow again, like God letting us read His words once more. That's when something mysterious comes up. Among the scrolls, parts of the Book of Enoch, the one removed from the main Bible, seen as dangerous to faith. Enoch, Noah's great-grandpa, says God took him to heaven, where he saw 200 fallen angels come to earth, teaching people magic, weapons, and sin. Why was a book detailing evil's origins and fallen beings cut from the Bible? Does it reveal too much about before the flood, when sons of God mixed with daughters of men? Genesis 6-4? And have the Dead Sea Scrolls forced the world to face truths buried for thousands of years? In Enoch, it says, "O mankind, don't think darkness lasts forever, for light still shines on those who listen." Enoch 93-1. A message like it's coming from Qumran to today, in an age when people chase power, science, and desires blindly. That's why many scholars see the scroll's appearance not just as a dig find, but a holy sign, a reminder from God that truth never dies. It just waits for the right time. When those leather pieces unrolled, the world went quiet. The shaky ancient writing seems to tell a story beyond history, about God's word, the fall, and humanity's last hope. And now, as night draws near, we'll move to the next part, where the Book of Enoch opens a door to a forbidden world. Fallen angels descending to earth, starting mankind's darkest chapter. It's really amazing and wonderful, isn't it? How the Lord's teachings always get passed down and show up right when us humans need them most. And here's a story that's even more incredible. You and I are the lucky ones getting to hear it. The dark secrets of the fallen angels in the Book of Enoch. Among hundreds of scrolls dug up from Qumran, one shook the whole religious world, the Book of Enoch. Unlike any other text, it tells about a time when angels didn't just watch humans from above, but came down to earth, sinned, and turned the whole order of heaven upside down. It's a story that goes beyond regular myths, full of legend, yet it makes the Bible come alive in a way nothing else does. Enoch, the great-grandpa of Noah, is mentioned in Genesis 5:24. Enoch walked with God. Then he was no more, because God took him away. He's the only one, besides Elijah, who got taken up to heaven without dying. The book, named after him, 1 Enoch, was written in Aramaic, in 5 parts, from the 3rd to 1st century BC. It was popular among ancient Jews, but it didn't make it into the regular Bible for a simple but scary reason. It went into too much detail about the supernatural world, secrets folks weren't ready to know. The most famous part of the Book of Enoch is the chapter about the Watchers, those who keep watch in the sky. According to Enoch 6:11, 200 angels, led by Semjaza, swore an oath together on top of Mount Hermon to leave heaven and come down to earth. They were drawn in by the beauty of human women, and in an act of rebellion like no other, they mated with them. That's how the Nephilim were born, giant beings with superhuman strength. The Watchers didn't just sin with the flesh, they taught humans forbidden knowledge too. Enoch says, Azazel showed people how to make weapons, forge iron and bronze for swords and spears. Semjaza taught spells, astrology, and witchcraft rituals, and others revealed the art of makeup, making women attractive and alluring, pulling humanity deeper into sin. Every skill, every secret they gave was a piece of the fall, starting wars, lust, and violence. The result was total chaos on earth. The Nephilim, half god, half human creatures, grew greedy and bloodthirsty. Enoch 7-5 says they devoured all living things, then turned to eating humans. The whole world was filled with cries of pain. That's when the good angels like Michael, Raphael, and Uriel begged God to step in. Heaven's anger is described in Enoch 10:4-6. Bind Azazel, throw him into the darkness, and lock him under the rocks of the earth for 70 generations. The watchers were chained and tossed into the deep pit, called the abyss or bottomless pit, to wait for Judgment Day. As for the Nephilim, when they were killed, their souls didn't vanish. Enoch 15:8-12 says, "From the bodies of the giants, evil spirits will rise. They will harm the earth and be called evil spirits." That's where demons come from. According to Enoch, wandering beings stuck between heaven and earth, belonging to neither. To wipe out this sin, God decided to cleanse the world with the great flood. Only one family, Noah's line, descendants of Enoch himself, was saved, and just like that, everything was drowned. But deep in history, the Watchers' sins lingered, buried, forgotten, until the Dead Sea Scrolls were opened again, bringing back those ancient memories. Theologians see that ideas from the book of Enoch never really went away. In the New Testament, Jude 1-6 says, "The angels who did not keep their positions of authority, but abandoned their proper dwelling, these he has kept in darkness, bound with everlasting chains for judgment." And 2 Peter 2:4. "For if God did not spare angels when they sinned, but sent them to hell, putting them in chains of darkness to be held for judgment." Those words echo straight from Enoch. Even in Revelation 9, John mentions the bottomless pit, where creatures rise from the void in the end times. Could that be the same place where the Watchers were locked up? If so, Enoch isn't just an old record, it's a prophetic piece for the last days. But one haunting question remains. Why was this book hidden for thousands of years? Early church fathers thought it was too dangerous, too likely to scare people into fear and superstition. They worried folks would question angels, that not all are faithful, that there was a real rebellion in heaven. So the book of Enoch was cut from the official Bible, treated like a myth. But the Dead Sea Scrolls brought it all back to life. The Aramaic fragments from Qumran prove Enoch was part of ancient Jewish faith, read and copied alongside other Bible books. What the church tried to hide has risen from the dust. Today, with tech that restores even unreadable text, scholars have found unpublished parts describing how the Watchers regretted it, begged for forgiveness, and a chilling prophecy. When the chains break, they will rise again in the time of the final darkness. In 2025, Israel's Haaretz newspaper reported on a newly decoded scroll, older than all the others, with faded words like a whisper. 70 generations have passed. If Enoch is right, that's the time since the angels were imprisoned, and when the chains might start to break. Could it be that secrets forgotten for over 2,000 years are waking up? Could the Watchers, who taught humans to make light and weapons, be getting ready to return in this age of tech and artificial intelligence? And if Enoch is truly right, then everything we're seeing, wars, chaos, humanity out of control, might just be signs that the final darkness is drawing near. Then Enoch's old words ring out like a timeless warning. Those who kept watch and betrayed the heavens will rise again. But the light of the Most High will shine once more, and nothing can hide from him. Enoch 91-14. And as the night closes in, the story isn't over yet. Because in 2025, the newly decoded scroll fragments are revealing symbols never seen before, like whispers from the abyss, waking the past, and foretelling a future the world isn't ready to face. And I won't keep you waiting long, because right this second, we're diving deep into the shocking discoveries that humankind dug up in 2025. Are you ready? Right at the start of 2025, the archaeology world got rocked when researchers announced a fresh find from the Dead Sea Scrolls. Those nameless scraps of paper suddenly spilled secrets that left scholars and Bible folks stunned. An AI tool called Enoch was used to study hundreds of undated fragments, and the results blew everyone away. The AI Enoch, trained on 30 dated scrolls with 85% accuracy, started decoding 135 mystery pieces. It showed that Jeremiah and Samuel date back to the 4th century BC, 100 years older than anyone guessed. Daniel and Ecclesiastes line up with the Hellenistic period. These finds don't just clear up the dark period of Hebrew history. They hint at a burst of knowledge way earlier than we thought. Is the name Enoch just a coincidence, or a sign from the past reaching into the future? Haaretz put it this way: light shining on mysteries 1,000 years old. But it doesn't stop there. Archaeologists also found a strange stone cup in a Jewish home on Mount Zion, dated to 70 AD. On the surface, over 100 cryptic A letters are carved, the kind only seen before in Dead Sea Scroll 4Q 186. This writing looks like protective spells, mentioning Adonai Shabti, echoing the Bible's Psalms. It's the first time it's shown up outside the Essenes, suggesting ancient mysticism spread farther than we knew. Every letter, every mark feels like a whisper from powers long buried, giving you chills just looking at the stone. The scariest part? These discoveries tie straight to end-time signs. According to Charisma, the new fragments suggest fallen angels once tinkered with genes, like today's CRISPR, to create the Nephilim. Perry Stone, on YouTube, talks about fresh fragments linked to Shemazai and Azazel, stressing that forbidden knowledge is slipping back in, quiet-like, through these old texts. Every find, from AI Enoch to the cryptic cup, is a puzzle piece warning us. They're like whispers from the abyss, reminding us the chains holding the watchers might be coming loose. The ancient writing, the decoded scrolls, they're not just academic games anymore. They're living signs of fallen angels waking up. Picture it: scraps of paper, carved letters buried for thousands of years, now lighting up the past and humanity's messy future. It's mysterious and creepy, like the watchers themselves are watching us, getting ready to come back. And then, looking at a Dead Sea map with simulated earthquake effects, you see every dusty patch of land could be where the abyss cracks open, where old secrets are rising. These discoveries aren't random. Per Enoch, this is when the signs start showing, foretelling the return of sealed powers. The 2025 breakthroughs aren't just shocking for archaeology. They make believers and scholars bow to history's mystery. Every fragment, every cryptic letter reminds us we never fully understood what happened, and we're not ready for what's coming. Look close, and these finds match prophecies in Enoch and the Bible. From Jeremiah and Samuel to the cryptic A on stone, they all echo the warning: forbidden knowledge, sealed supernatural forces, chains about to snap. The urgency, excitement, and fear spread, like the final darkness is almost here. With every Haaretz report, every AI analysis, folks realize we're not just watching a dig. We're reuniting with forgotten history and ancient supernatural secrets, whispering straight to the modern world. These discoveries aren't random. They're signs from Enoch. The abyss is cracking. Why can I say with confidence that the prison doors are slowly creaking open? It's all got solid backing, and here are the real signs that prove I'm right. What do you think? Do you agree with this view? Ancient prophecies in Enoch 10:12 warn that the fallen angels are locked up for 70 generations, starting around 3000 BC, and that time seems to be wrapping up in 2025. The book of Revelation paints a similar picture: stars falling, the pit opening, locusts, or dark beings, coming out for 5 months, hinting at a dangerous moment closing in. The Dead Sea digs seem to echo Enoch, the ground cracking open, old scraps of paper spilling secrets, like a warning that the watcher's chains might be getting loose. AI Enoch, when it wakes up those old scrolls, doesn't just decode the words. It stands for forbidden knowledge slipping back into our modern world. Mysterious writing on stones and new scroll bits suggest an ancient curse could free the watchers, and Haaretz points out the dates line up with when the Nephilim showed up, like a cycle about to repeat, enough to give anybody the chills. If you look at today, these signs get even scarier. Messing with genes, stuff like CRISPR, it's almost exactly what Azazel taught people way back in Enoch. The huge jump in UFO sightings has folks wondering if those fallen angels are messing with the physical world, sneaking into modern events, just like Enoch 15 talks about supernatural beings, and it makes you ask if the world is still safe from the darkness waking up. Every little symbol, every line, every scientific finding seems to sketch out an end times picture where the line between mystery and reality gets blurry. We're seeing a quiet rise of supernatural forces sealed away for thousands of years, and every clue says the chains are shaking. Forbidden knowledge is coming back, and the weird stuff in our world today isn't just random. Experts warn this isn't just old dirt digging, it's a holy wake-up call. Like Ephesians 6:12 says, our fight isn't against flesh and blood, but against dark powers, fallen angels on the move. Every find, every UFO, every scrap of ancient paper rings like an alarm bell, pushing us to wake up to supernatural danger. Get ready for the moment when the physical and mystical worlds crash together. All in all, the signs are clear. The watchers might be trying to break free. Chains rattling, forbidden knowledge returning, and strange modern events, from gene editing to UFO sightings, aren't random anymore. This is the moment believers need to see that the warnings from Enoch and the Bible are coming true. So, for folks like us, what does it mean? Time to get ready, stay alert, and realize the darkness isn't far off anymore. Every believer is called to read and think about the book of Enoch, to really get spiritual warfare and how supernatural forces mess with the world. Watch out for forbidden tech like AI and gene editing. They might be the modern version of what Azazel once taught. But don't be scared, because God has already won, and believers need to put their trust in Him, pray, and find shelter in Him during these crazy times. In the community, folks talk about the signs, connecting the 2025 Israel events with archaeological finds, and warning about sudden changes in society and nature. Believers need to stay sharp, not get sucked in by anyone or any group. Always look at everything through the Bible, common sense, and different angles. Faith in the Lord, prayer, and a strong spirit are a solid shield against the darkness that's rising. This is also a reminder that every discovery, every strange thing, is a chance for folks to understand deeper the hidden world that runs alongside the physical one. Every UFO, every weird symbol, every old scroll piece reminds us that supernatural history is still going on, and we can't ignore these warnings if we want to make it through body and soul. Stay alert every second. Watch, think it through, and pray. Don't blindly follow any trend or sweet talk. The wisdom from Enoch, the light from the Bible, and trust in God will guide us through the dark and keep us safe from whatever might wake us up from the pit. Bottom line, these finds aren't just archaeology or old texts. They're a living wake-up call from God, saying the time to wake up is now. Open your eyes, open your heart, and get ready to face it, because knowing and believing in Him is the only life raft in this rising storm. Sunrise over the Dead Sea. The first rays slip across the water, lighting up secrets thousands of years old, reminding every one of us that no matter how dark it gets, God's light still shines and protects those who stay awake. This is the moment humanity has to listen, learn, and get ready for what's coming. The world we live in isn't just old books or far-off legends anymore. From the Qumran caves, where Muhammad ad-Dib accidentally found the Dead Sea Scrolls, to the latest AI Enoch studies in 2025, it's all painting a bright, colorful picture full of mystery and the supernatural. Have you noticed this strange matchup yet? Those bits of parchment, papyrus, and hidden symbols aren't just old digs. They're reminders that supernatural history is still happening, and we're right in front of secrets buried for thousands of years. Look around you. Have you spotted any signs? The Book of Enoch, with its story of 200 fallen angels, the forbidden knowledge they brought, and the giant Nephilim causing chaos, isn't just a myth now. Finds from Haaretz, From scrolls over 100 years old to cryptic writing on Jerusalem stones, show these warnings might be coming true. Imagine, the watchers once chained in the deep. Could they be trying to wake up? AI Enoch is waking old scroll pieces, hinting at repeating cycles of forbidden knowledge and the chance they might rise again. Do you see the link between past and present? Modern signs aren't far from those old warnings either. Gene editing, CRISPR, UFO sightings, and things hard to explain are lining up in weird ways with what Enoch predicted. Every event, every strange thing, seems to say the line between our world and the supernatural is fading. Have you ever felt something you can't explain, or seen signs others miss? Remember, this isn't to scare you, it's to wake you up. For believers, this is a strong reminder of spiritual warfare, the unseen fight that touches the world around us. Ask yourself, are you ready to spot forbidden knowledge, watch out for tech that could be misused, and understand signs from nature or the stars? Pray, read the Bible, study Enoch wisely and calmly. It'll help you stand firm in the growing chaos. Do you dare to trust and act on being awake? Look back at all we've found. Dead Sea Scroll history, Enoch's story, 2025 discoveries, and signs the fallen angels are trying to break free. From Haaretz to heaven, the puzzle pieces seem to fit, making a picture we once only saw in movies. And through it all, one truth never changes. Jesus still holds the key, Jude 1:14-15. Do you feel his power and protection yet? Humanity is at the edge of a big moment. Fallen angels might be stirring, but we don't have to fear for no reason. Ask yourself, what will you do to protect your soul and family? Staying awake, faith in God, and smart thinking will help you spot signs, avoid tricks, and do the right thing for what's coming. Are you ready to face the truth? This is also a reminder that every believer should share what they know, talk, ask questions, and stay connected with others, because shared awareness makes us stronger against supernatural events. Comment your thoughts on Enoch, the 2025 finds or signs you've seen. Every small step spreads understanding and warning to those still blind in the dark. Are you willing to join this journey? Finally, let Enoch's words echo in our minds. The watchers shall be bound. It's not just prophecy. It's a living reminder that the time to wake up is here. Every choice, every action matters as darkness rises. Open your eyes, open your heart, and get ready to face it, because God's light still shines, guides, and protects those who trust. Do you feel this reminder knocking at your door? End with the picture of sunrise over the Dead Sea, the water reflecting secrets from thousands of years, reminding us that even if darkness rises, faith, prayer, and watchfulness will keep us steady. This closes our journey of discovery, but it opens the door for every believer to act, learn, and stay awake. The moment is close, and God's warning is ringing louder than ever. Are you ready to wake up today? If these secrets blow your mind, and you want to dig deeper into Enoch, the fallen angels, and the signs from way back then to right now, go ahead and like this video, share it with your buddies, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next part, the Nephilim in today's world. Every like or share doesn't just help get the word out, it's your way of joining this wake-up journey, spotting the signs together, and learning from the supernatural history that's unfolding right in front of us.
After the last Iowa poll, which you mentioned was pretty close, Trump was ahead in the last Iowa poll.
Can you believe it? Just overnight, American political history flipped in a way nobody saw coming. The 2024 election ended with a real earthquake. Donald Trump is back in the White House, and Kamala Harris, the one who took over Joe Biden's legacy, lost big time. Fox News says Trump flipped 7 battleground states, won the popular vote, and now controls both the Senate and the House. But this isn't just a power switch. It's a sign, a shocking signal from the Bible. The man of sin is about to be revealed. 2 Thessalonians 2-3. Could the moment the old prophets talked about to be closer than ever? Biden stood for the old system, and extreme woke policies that dragged America into chaos, weak economy, broken borders, and crumbling morals. His collapse isn't just one party losing, it's a crack in the whole order that once held the world back from worse. Is Donald Trump the temporary restrainer, the one keeping the darkness from flooding in? Or was Biden's defeat the moment the restrainer is taken out of the way? 2 Thessalonians 2-7. Clearing the path for the Antichrist to rise? Those questions are waking up millions of believers. This piece will walk you through 3 layers: the post-election facts from Fox News, the Bible's prophecies, and how they're meeting right now in this fateful time. Because this isn't just America's story. It's a wake-up call for the whole world that Biden's fall wasn't random, but a piece in the final script written long ago. And now, the day of the Lord is near. 2 Thessalonians 2-2. So watch to the end of the video. Don't miss a thing to help you stay ready on the path of staying awake. When power shifts, darkness might be getting ready to rise. And when that happens, only the Lord can save humanity. First off, my friend, let's go back together to the setting of the 2024 U.S. presidential race and figure out why Harris lost so badly. What does that mean? Nobody saw it coming. The 2024 election night ended like a political earthquake. Donald Trump, the guy everyone thought was kicked out of the history game, came roaring back and won big. He didn't just take the popular vote. He flipped 3 states that were supposed to be the Democrats' blue wall: Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan. The Republicans even grabbed control of Congress. The scene in Washington that night was shocking, like a wake-up call. Kamala Harris, who folks hoped would be the face of a new generation, stood up under dim lights to admit defeat. Behind her, Democratic faces hung low. Meanwhile, Joe Biden, her big political backer, gave a short speech. This was a fair and honest election. But inside the Democratic Party, the knives were already out. Bob Brady, the Philly Democratic chairman, said it straight. They didn't respect, didn't work together. Blame Biden? She lost, he didn't. Cold words, but they nailed the mood of a party cracking apart. Why did Harris fail? It's not just about campaign tricks. It's deeper, in the hearts of Americans where trust ran dry. The economy was still inflating. Gas and food prices kept climbing, and folks in the Midwest felt left behind. At the border, the immigration mess turned into a nightmare. Hundreds of thousands crossing every month, and the government couldn't get a handle on it. A post-election poll showed 70% of Americans thought the country was on the wrong track, and 83% wanted a big change. Do you feel it too? A quiet wave of frustration building year after year, with every wrong move. From the messy pullout in Afghanistan that made the world wonder, does America still have what it takes to lead? To those big infrastructure bills full of promises, but no real help for everyday life. Biden said, "We'll show the government can make lives better." But what happened? People saw no hope, just higher bills and shrinking paychecks. Is this just a political switch? Or something bigger? A real warning for a nation drifting from the truth? In Proverbs 29-2, the Bible says, "When the righteous thrive, the people rejoice. When the wicked rule, the people groan." Maybe America today is in a time of groaning, not just from losing an election, but from losing faith in the sacred values that built this country in the first place. Have you ever wondered what makes a whole country change direction overnight? And what turned the tide so fast when Harris was still ahead just before? I know you've guessed it, the voters' decision. According to Fox News voter analysis, a new picture has come out. Men leaned hard toward Trump at 55%, while women mostly stuck with Harris at 52%. But the real shock was the middle class and white working folks without college degrees. 65% of them picked Trump. These are the people once called voting with their feelings, now the ones flipping the nation's fate. Not just them, Latinos shifted too. Trump support jumped to 43%, up 7 points from 4 years ago. Even the black community, long a Democrat stronghold, dropped to 83% for Harris. See it? A quiet wave is moving, silent but powerful. On religion, the split is even clearer. Non-religious folks backed Harris at 68%, but among Catholics, Trump surged to 55%, up 9 points. Something's changing deep down, not just in votes, but in beliefs. It seems when the world turns its back on faith, those holding on pick the guy they think will fight the darkness. Key issues show it too. The economy topped the list at 39% of voters, and Trump crushed it with 61%. Immigration came second, 21%. Trump dominated at 88%. But abortion, the Democrats' big weapon, only mattered to 11% of voters, even though Harris got 85% of that group. Truth is, Americans care more about today's dinner than tomorrow's ideals. And when life gets tough, slogans like woke, defund the police, or gender policies in schools just make them feel farther away or downright mad. Democrat Representative Richie Torres, a black lawmaker, had to admit, don't call black voters white racists just because they voted Trump. Brave words that lay bare the bitter truth that folks once seen as the progressive base are walking away. They don't trust politics anymore. They trust survival instincts, a gut feeling something in this world is off. The Bible warned about this. In 2 Timothy 4:3-4, it says, "For the time will come when people will not put up with sound doctrine. Instead, to suit their own desires, they will gather around them a great number of teachers. They will stop their ears to the truth and turn to myths." Is this that time when folks can't tell right from wrong, just chasing what feels right? Today's voter shift isn't just politics. It's a sign of moral rebellion, a stepping stone for the world to welcome the Antichrist, who'll come as a savior but really spread darkness. And look, it all starts with ballots. But sometimes, in those dry numbers, hides a prophecy for all mankind. I wonder, wasn't Kamala Harris's loss more than just one person's defeat? Wasn't it a sign that the whole system is rotting from the inside? And if politics is only the surface, what's really hiding down in the deep waters of America? Inside the Democratic Party right now, it's like a storm. Old-timers and young progressives alike are all looking for someone to blame. Bernie Sanders flat out called Harris's campaign a disaster, a collapse that was bound to happen after years of drifting away from working folks' real lives. AOC fired back, saying the loss came mostly from sexism and political bias. Then Lindy Lee, a party media advisor, pointed the finger at the far left for ruining everything with immigration and gender policies that went way past what most people could stomach. Fox News says this election wasn't just a political loss. It was the American people pushing back against the woke worldview the Democrats built, where family values get brushed aside, moral lines get blurred, and the nation's borders turn into a political joke. While they talk about freedom and fairness, regular folks are struggling with gas prices, crime, and trouble right in their own neighborhoods. The numbers tell the story. Only 30% of Americans think the country is headed in the right direction. Biden's approval sits at 40%, while 97% of Trump's past supporters are still with him. That's a chilling contrast, and proof that the change Biden promised never showed up. Now Trump stands as a symbol of recovery, promising a stronger America with energy unleashed, borders secured, and world peace restored. But behind those promises lies something deeper, beyond politics, a shift in the ages, where light and darkness are fighting for control of humanity's future. The Bible spelled out a moment like this. In Matthew 12:25, it says, "Every kingdom divided against itself will be ruined, and every house divided against itself will not stand." Maybe today's America is the living picture of that verse. A nation split from the inside out, tearing down the very foundation it was built on. If that's true, then Harris's defeat isn't just the end of a campaign. It might be the start of a new chapter in an ancient prophecy, where every political event is just a link in God's bigger plan. Because behind every election, it may not just be a shift in power. It may be a sign that the last days are drawing near. We're going to tell you a truth that might shock you. Every event, every political outcome, every shift in how voters feel, none of it is random. The Bible talked about all this thousands of years ago, in prophecies that still blow our minds with how spot on they are today. First, let's look at the setting in 2 Thessalonians 2, where Paul warned the church about the last days and the coming of the man of sin. In verses 1 to 2, Paul comforts the Thessalonian believers. Don't let anyone shake you up or trick you into thinking the day of the Lord has already come, no matter what they say. Right from the start, the message is clear. People will twist faith to mislead others, and you'll see that playing out in politics and society right now. Next, Paul warns about a great rebellion and this man of sin who will claim to be God and pull off fake miracles to deceive everyone. That rebellion has to happen first, and the man of lawlessness will show up, but only after the one holding him back is taken out of the way. 2 Thessalonians 2-7, New Translation. Just one verse, but it paints the whole picture. There's a force keeping things in order for now, a restrainer shielding the world from total chaos. When that force is removed, the enemy of God steps into the open. So who is this restrainer? Paul doesn't spell it out, but many think it's the Holy Spirit, or governments that keep order, or even a leader who holds the balance. In today's world, could it be a government losing trust, political systems falling apart, or moral values crumbling? When you look at Biden and the Democrats' defeat, the huge voter swing, and the anger boiling over in society, something amazing jumps out. Every sign lines up perfectly with these ancient words. It makes you wonder, if that restraining force is slipping away, then the Antichrist, the one who crushes truth and fools the whole world, might be closer than we think. Chaos is coming. And Paul says, stand firm in your faith and don't fall for fake signs and wonders. 2 Thessalonians 2:15. This isn't just a heads up for believers back then. It's a wake-up call for all of us today, with politics, society, and morals more messed up than ever. Do you see it? When we look at political history, voter moods, and the cracks in our current order, Paul's prophecy suddenly feels alive, mysterious, and scary close to home. It's not some far-off story anymore. It's a picture unfolding right in front of us, telling every one of us to wake up, pay attention, and get ready for what's coming. When you finally see that the restraining force is slowly fading away, a big question pops up. Who's going to step onto the world stage, pull the strings, trick everybody, and leave humanity stunned? Get ready, because we're about to meet the Antichrist, the one who crushes the truth, the child of destruction, and the darkness right before the light comes back. Can you believe it? Some guy will claim he's God, control the whole world with fake power, fool people with miracles nobody's ever seen, and all the signs are showing up right in front of us. The Antichrist, Paul says, is the son of perdition, the one who opposes everything called God, deceiving with false power. 2 Thessalonians 2:3-10. He'll show up once the restraint is gone, rule the world with power and lies, and in the end, get wiped out by the breath of the Lord's mouth. Chapter 8. Can you believe it? Some guy will claim he's God, control the whole world with fake power, fool people with miracles nobody's ever seen, and all the signs are showing up right in front of us. The Antichrist, Paul says, is the son of perdition, the one who opposes everything called God, deceiving with false power. 2 Thessalonians 2:3-10, New Translation. He'll show up once the restraint is gone, rule the world with power and lies, and in the end, get wiped out by the breath of the Lord's mouth. Verse 8. The Antichrist isn't some far-off story. He's closer than we think. Look at Revelation 13 and Daniel 7:25. He'll control the economy, force worship, and twist global politics. In our tech age, those miracles aren't just old-time magic. They could be technology, AI, deepfakes, fake proof that makes it hard to tell what's real. History has already seen shadows of him. Nero with his cruelty, Hitler with his control. Today, with the war in Ukraine, the Middle East mess, and trouble all over. Those signs are back, pointing to someone who'll step out and use the chaos to fool the whole world. And the scary part is, he won't come alone. He'll use people's faith, their weaknesses, and political mess. Like Paul warned, he'll deceive with false power, using every bit of strength Satan can give through signs and wonders. Chapters 9 and 10. What you see in politics, the news, and society today might be the warm-up, the little pieces setting the stage for him. We need to stay awake, watch, and figure out every sign. When the restraint is gone, when politics and morals are a mess, the Antichrist will rise. But Paul reminds us the final power isn't his. It belongs to the Lord. Everything will be destroyed, and justice will win. Every signal, every political shakeup, social change, and tech trick could be a false sign, warning of the time when folks have to choose, light or dark. Can you see it? The signs of the Antichrist are starting to show up, clear as day. So here's the big question. How do we believers stay strong in the middle of all this lying and worldwide mess? Let's look at how Paul told the church in Thessalonica to handle these tough last days. Can you believe it? Even with all the fake power, lies, and chaos, there's still a way for believers to stand firm, hold on to faith, and see the light at the end. And Paul laid it all out thousands of years ago. Paul says plain and simple. So, brothers and sisters, stand firm and hold tight to the teachings we passed on to you, whether by word of mouth or by letter. 2 Thessalonians 2:15. This isn't just a friendly reminder, it's a lifesaver. When liars and fake powers come at us, we've got to cling to our faith and not budge. He goes on, pray, help each other, and live right, because Christ died for us. Chapter 16. In a time when every good value is under attack, those words hit home hard. Believers can't just sit back. We've got to stay awake, teach, spread the truth, and be ready for whatever the Antichrist throws at us. With what's going on in politics right now, Biden's loss could be a sign that the one who holds back is slowly being moved out of the way. This isn't to scare anybody, it's to wake us up. Fake power is going to rise, and only the wide-awake believers will keep their faith and their light. The main thing is, standing firm isn't just waiting around. It's doing. Read the Bible, pray, spot the fake miracles, and teach others the truth. Every step in faith is a small win over the liars and one step closer to the light God promised. And in the end, Paul reminds us that every power, every trial, every Antichrist is only temporary. The real power belongs to the Lord. Stand firm, believers. This is how we walk through the last hour, without fear, keep our faith strong, and wait for Christ to come back. So, humanity has been warned by God a long, long time ago, but we chose to ignore it and go against it. And now, today, I'm wondering if Biden's failure is the setup, the opening step for the rise of the Antichrist. What do you think when a lot of folks say that he was a kind of restrainer that's gotten weaker? Do you agree with them? Can you believe it? One of the biggest political shocks of the century is starting to uncover a mystery the Bible predicted thousands of years ago. Biden's loss isn't just an election result. It's a deep sign of powers slowly rising, clearing the way for the forces Paul called the man of sin. Let's look at how American politics and ancient prophecy fit together in a way that's almost spooky. Joe Biden stood for the old system. He was the guy holding back global chaos, keeping the world order with things like globalization, NATO, the Quad, and those woke moral ideas. But now, with only 40% approval and 97% of people remembering Trump, his trust has dropped hard. This isn't just a political flop anymore, according to Paul. It's the sign that the one who holds it back is taken out of the way. 2 Thessalonians 2-7. It's strange, but the things voters care about most, crashing economy, messy immigration, are exactly what the Bible describes for the chaos right before the Antichrist shows up. Messy immigration, with 88% of voters saying it's Trump's top job, matches the rebellion Paul warned about, chapter 3. The economic crises, prices shooting up, jobs disappearing, feel like the black horse in Revelation 6, bringing hunger, loss, and trouble all over the world. But there's more. Biden's fall leaves a big empty space in politics and morals, a door the Antichrist will walk through. All the plans and projects he stood for are getting weak. The woke ideas he pushed are splitting people and making folks mad. This is the stage Paul called the restrainer is removed, 2 Thessalonians 2-7, letting the anti-God figure step in. Look at the big picture. The mess isn't just in America. The Middle East, Ukraine, and other global tensions are all lining up with Biden's drop in power, creating the perfect setup for fake, tricky power to rise. The Antichrist, the Bible says, will rule the world, control money, push fake worship, and fool people with signs. 2 Thessalonians 2-9-10. Here's the key point. Biden stepping back isn't random. It's part of a bigger plan that was predicted. Unhappy voters, failed policies, lost public trust, all pieces of the end times puzzle. Believers need to stay awake, watch closely, and spot the signs of the times. Because when the restrainer is taken away, the lawless one appears, and the world won't be the same. Remember, every power, every bit of chaos is in the hands of the Most High. Stand firm, stay alert, and see that Biden's defeat is the loudest wake-up call, opening the era when the Antichrist is about to show up. Those who are still awake will see the light in the middle of this storm and hold on to faith in the last hour the Bible talks about. In my view, Biden's defeat isn't just a political shock. It's opened up a power vacuum the Bible predicted thousands of years ago. Is Trump, with his huge win, just the temporary restrainer or the first step toward dark powers rising up? Let's look at the truth behind the numbers, the voters' choices, and the strange ties to ancient prophecies. Donald Trump won because voters wanted change. 83% of them craved a new direction for America, showing clear frustration with the old system and Biden's failures. He promised to guard the borders, energy, and the economy, coming across strong and decisive. But from a prophetic angle, the question is he the Antichrist, the one who'll fool the world with charm, charisma, and power, or just a temporary holdback before the global Antichrist shows up? 2 Thessalonians 2-7. The shifts among voter groups stand out. Trump gained big support from Catholics, 55%, while non-religious folks leaned toward Harris, pointing to a deeper spiritual sign. The restrainer is weakening, and the temple, a symbol of faith and spiritual authority, is ready to be violated. Chapter 4. Trump's win on Fox News gets called anti-woke, but according to Paul, this is just the early stage of false wonders. Chapter 9. Testing believers' faith and setting the stage for the Antichrist to rise. Looking at the big picture, economic troubles, immigration, and social policies have created chaos, much like the warnings in Revelation and Daniel. Voters who prioritized borders, energy, and better lives show an urgent need for order and protection. But Trump's fast growth among Catholic voters and old loyalists also opens the door to deceptive power. Paul warned that the rebellion and the man of sin will appear. Chapters 3-4. And right now, the prophetic signs are clearer than ever. What's strange is how everything lines up with the prophecies. Biden's loss creates a power gap. Trump steps in with a strong image, and voter groups shift against woke. End quote. Every event feels like part of a pre-drawn map, from politics to the spiritual side, preparing for the Antichrist to emerge. And in this tech age, false wonders could show up as media, deepfakes, AI, making people trust fake power without realizing it. That's why believers need to stay alert more than ever. Watching the voters, policies, and power shifts closely will help spot what's a temporary holdback and what's the deceptive power about to rise. The way everything matches Paul's prophecies isn't just coincidence. It's a serious warning. Trump, strong as he is only the opening act in a chain of events leading to the Antichrist. and the world is now on the edge of chaos like never before. The world is right on the edge of changes we've never seen before, where old powers are shaking and ancient darkness seems ready to rise up again. Don't you see it? Every event, every move is painting the picture the Bible predicted thousands of years ago. Let's look at the signs that make the whole world shiver and realize the warning for all of us. Globalization, conflicts, and moral chaos aren't just random things. In 2 Thessalonians 2-3-4 New Translation, don't let anyone fool you in any way. Before that day, the rebellion will come, and the man of sin will show up, claiming to be God, sitting in the temple, showing fake power and miracles. These words aren't just old warnings. They're mirroring what's happening worldwide. Wars, natural disasters, economic troubles, and clever lies in all kinds of forms. Look around. The world is starving for truth. Chapter 10. Leaders claiming huge power, fake promises of peace, and miracles from technology, from AI, deepfakes, to global propaganda campaigns could all be tools to trick people. Revelation 13 describes the Antichrist ruling the world, controlling money and religion. History shows his shadow in chaotic times, like Nero or Hitler. But this time, it's global. The wake-up call for every believer is to stay alert and stand firm in faith. It's not just watching politics or society. This is the time to spot the signs, prepare your heart, and spread the truth, because the Antichrist will come with power and lies like never before. 2 Thessalonians 2-9-10. Every event, from wars and disasters to moral crises, is a piece in the final picture the Bible laid out. This moment isn't just for watching, it's a warning. The world is moving on the path the prophecies pointed to. Believers need to be ready, stay awake, and remember that Christ died for us, chapter 16, to hold on to faith through the chaos coming closer. As you watch each move, each sign, you'll see a global picture full of power, danger, and deep warnings, where the Bible doesn't just predict, but shows how to stand strong. Looking back at the big picture, Biden's failure isn't just politics. Fox News calls it the restraint being taken away, clearing the path for the Antichrist to show up. Like 2 Thessalonians 2-3 warns, when the one holding things back is removed, then that lawless man will appear. But don't be scared. This is a chance to spot evil power rising and put our trust in the Lord. Bad guys might seem strong, but God's power is way bigger, and He'll take down the wicked when the time comes. Every event, every shakeup, from politics to natural disasters, is a reminder to stay awake and hold tight to hope in Him. Now's the time to act. Read the Bible to get a clearer picture of the end times. Share the gospel to spread light in the dark, and live holy in this messed up world. Like 2 Thessalonians 2:15 says, stand firm in what you've been taught. Don't let lies, fake miracles, or the pull of worldly power knock your faith off track. Stay strong. Watch what's happening. Spot the signs the prophets pointed out, and get your heart ready. This isn't just a warning for America or the world. It's a wake-up call for every believer, so we don't get lost when darkness rises. Remember, everything that happens is part of God's plan. Every time the world goes crazy, it's a chance to build up our faith and toughen our souls. Pray, stay alert, and share the truth. That's how we face the storms. Each of us can be a light in the dark, helping others see God's power and justice. Staying awake doesn't just save us, it saves the people around us too. And when you look at history, at all the chaos, remember God's still in charge of it all. 1 Corinthians 16:22 reminds us, Maranatha, come Lord. It's a prayer, a hope, a strength to stand firm. Let this post be a wake-up call, a nudge that time's running short and every choice matters. Share your thoughts, talk it out, spread the word, like, share, subscribe, so we can all stay awake and get ready for the day the Lord comes back.
A very dense and massive cloud of gas and dust that is pushed away from the sun.
Are aliens real?
You don't talk about aliens
I don't.
much.
I'm not a big alien person. I got enough things going with.
Here they come.
3,
What's going on? Social media in America is buzzing over a video that caught a strange object moving across the night sky. And that object is the 3I Atlas ship, a huge, weird spaceship that's been drifting out in space for days now, and it looks like it picked the United States as its first stop. I keep wondering, why did it choose our Earth to land on? And especially, why America? Could it be that it's not coming alone, but bringing some big mission and message with it? And right now, today, we're bringing you a strange event that just happened in the US. The cool part is, it's not fuzzy like before. No more blurry videos that get deleted all mysterious, but a real thing, recognized by scientists and shared openly with the whole world. And best of all, it carries a message that might touch us deep down. Has God really come back? After all these weird sky events, instead of staying vague and hard to figure out, could it be that this time, God chose to show up in person among us? What do you think? Or is there something even deeper behind it all? A meaning maybe only you can find the true answer to. Watch to the end of the video and let us know. What is that object really? And has God truly returned? Now, let's dive in together and explore the 3I Atlas ship and its mission through the prophecies in the Bible. Before we dig into what's really going on with the 3I Atlas ship, here's a shocker for you. A weird coincidence between Trump getting back in office and over 3,000 UFO reports popping up in the American sky. Trump's vague, hint-dropping style has folks convinced he knows something big, and he's just waiting for the right moment to spill it. The minute 3I Atlas started twinkling over the US. At the end of October 2025, curious eyes weren't just on the sky. They were glued to a string of wild political events. Plenty of people got chills over the odd timing, wondering if this was some cosmic sign pointing to Donald Trump's return as the chosen one to finally reveal truths mankind's been in the dark about. This thing's appearance doesn't feel like plain old astronomy. It carries a mysterious message that makes anyone watching stop and think. Right when 3I Atlas twinkled into view over the US, in late October 2025, curious eyes weren't just on the sky. They were tracking a chain of political happenings like never before. Lots of folks shivered at the strange overlap, asking themselves if this could be a signal from the universe aimed at Trump's comeback as the guy picked to uncover secrets humanity's missed all along. The object showing up seems less like a simple sky event and more like it's packing a hidden note that forces whoever's paying attention to ponder. Trump's landslide win over Kamala Harris on the 5th of November 2024 gave him a shot at dusty UFO files locked away for decades. In his October 2024 chat with Joe Rogan, he let slip, "I know some things, but I can't tell it all. We'll see." Those words took on a spooky ring once 3I Atlas slid across the sky. And with a second term in his pocket, Trump now has the keys to AARO's records, the Pentagon's UFO outfit that holds info on strange objects the government won't share. UFO experts like Nick Pope, a former British investigator, figure Trump will make history by releasing sharper videos of odd craft, maybe even underwater tracking data. Could 3I Atlas be an alien probe waiting for a leader brave enough to face the truth? These guesses just crank up the mystery, weaving a never-before-seen veil between science, politics, and the supernatural. It doesn't stop there. A record UFO wave hit American skies in the first half of 2025. Over 3,000 reports rolled in, way up from 1,492 the same time in 2024. Sightings piled up in California, Florida, and Texas, shapes from metal spheres to silent black triangles. NASA put out the numbers but offered no explanation, and the U.S. government stayed mum when the press asked questions. The Pentagon's November 2024 report added 757 new cases from 2023 to 2024, most still unexplained. Researchers tried science-based guesses, but couldn't wrap it up neatly. That leaves a thick fog of mystery, making folks wonder if this is just nature or a big message waiting to be cracked. Pictures of strange objects popping up together while Trump geared up to take office again stirred the global UFO crowd. Videos blew up on YouTube and TikTok, with witnesses describing craft flying off normal paths, flashing bright lights, even dropping small probes. Details like that have people asking, are they watching, warning, or testing us? From a Bible angle, 3I, Atlas, and thousands of UFOs aren't random. Revelation 1-7 says, "Behold, he comes with clouds, and every eye will see him." The object's sudden sparkle over U.S. skies echoes sky signs the Bible predicted thousands of years ago. Maybe what science can't figure out has been clear in prophecy all along. Ezekiel 1-4-28 describes flying wheels and mysterious sky objects, much like the mothership UFOs we're seeing now. You can spot a common thread tying faith, politics, and cosmic events. The overlap of 3I, Atlas, thousands of UFO reports, and Trump's return has many believing it's no accident. It's a reminder of an era about to dawn. While NASA shares counts and the government stays quiet, science keeps trying to explain. Some astronomers say 3I, Atlas, is the third interstellar object found after Oumuamua and Borisov. But its odd speed and path make a scientific answer tough. It didn't melt near the sun and sent out strange signal pulses. It doesn't seem to belong in our solar system. These facts puzzle scientists and remind Bible readers of signs before Judgment Day. Matthew 24-30 says, "Then the sign of the Son of Man will appear in heaven." Could 3I, Atlas, and the huge UFO wave be warnings of the last days the Bible talked about? From reports and witness videos to AARO data, it all paints a picture never seen before linking the universe, politics, and faith. Strange objects showing up right as Trump returns doesn't feel like chance. It's like a coded note only the sharp-eyed can sense. In my view, this whole chain of events isn't just science. It's a prophetic message. Every twinkle, every logged UFO feels like a nudge about a power beyond human limits. I believe it's a sign the Lord has come back to us. What do you think? Do you agree with me? The mix of politics and UFOs creates a thrill that's equal parts exciting and amazing. It's no fluke that thousands of objects appeared right after Trump took office. With the government silent, science short on full answers, and the world watching every move these things make, it all builds a thrilling veil of mystery. As reports keep climbing, from metal spheres to black triangles, a steady, matching pattern shows up, like something's being arranged. Science tries to pin down paths, speeds, signals, but can't give a complete answer. Unease and curiosity spread through the global UFO community. The neat part is, from a Bible view, these aren't just physical events. They carry a holy side. Prophecies from Revelation to Ezekiel describe sky signs, twinkling lights, weird flying objects, supernatural happenings that 3I, Atlas, and thousands of UFOs mirror in a striking way. You can see 3I, Atlas, isn't just a comet or interstellar rock. It's a symbol of things still hidden. Showing up on cue with Trump's return calls to mind Bible-predicted scenes, making folks think hard about ties between faith, the cosmos, and politics. Scientists like Harvard's Avi Loeb admit the signals and path of 3I, Atlas raise thoughts of alien tech, but they also say no final answer yet. That very mystery builds a buzz, scary yet fun, that has the whole world glued to every second of the object. As Trump takes power, access to UFO files becomes the focus, spotlighting the link between politics and space. Analysts notice many objects appearing at once, hinting at a big event, maybe a message humanity hasn't cracked yet. From a Bible standpoint, this is the moment to spot signs we might have missed before. Revelation and Matthew foretold sky omens, and 3 3I Atlas plus the UFO surge seem to connect those prophecies to today's reality, creating a one-of-a-kind moment in human history. All in all, from the 3I Atlas event and massive UFO wave to Trump's return and ancient prophecies, it forms a captivating, mysterious picture. Thrilling, yet full of challenges for science and faith. This isn't just astronomy or politics. It's the moment we look up at the sky and wonder where we fit in the vast universe. Now then, let's take a good look together. What exactly is this 3I Atlas thing? Where did it come from? And why show up right now when the whole world's in a mess? Maybe to figure out the message it's bringing, we ought to start from the very first moment folks spotted it. Late October 2025. Thousands of regular people across the western states, from California clear to Nevada, all caught the same odd thing drifting slowly across the night sky on their phones. It didn't glow bright like a comet. It gave off this cold silver light, twisting like the breath of the universe itself. Some folks said it looked just like a mothership from those sci-fi movies. Experts later pinned it as 3I Atlas, the third interstellar object humans ever found, after Oumuamua and Borisov. But what threw them for a loop? It didn't move like any comet they'd seen before. Hitting speeds up to 130,000 miles an hour, 3I Atlas shot through space, sending out strange pulses, steady beats like a heartbeat, or maybe a code from way out there somewhere. From the Atlas telescope data, it started as just a tiny bright dot out past the Pacific. But the closer it got to the sun, the clearer it became, changing shape all the time, sometimes stretching long like a pillar, other times spreading into a huge disk. Astronomers described it. No comet tail, no ice dust, doesn't melt even near the hot zones. So, what in the world is it made of? Some scientists at Harvard, including Professor Avi Loeb, say the makeup of 3I Atlas doesn't match any stuff in our solar system. A few even dared to say this could be alien tech. Can you believe it? Something that doesn't melt, doesn't evaporate, no natural signs, but putting out steady signals like a hello from Smart Life? Lots of people watching the videos pointed out creepy details, little lights breaking off the main body and moving on their own, like dropping scout probes into Earth's air. Some YouTube channels call them probes, baby ships from the mother. A few even heard low-frequency sounds in the clips, lasting exactly 7 seconds, matching those Bible parts about the 7 last trumpets. I wouldn't swear to any of it. But you see, all these coincidences give you the chills. A giant object shows up over the U.S. skies, the power center of the world, right when folks are most worried. Is it just a chance or a message from above? Big news outlets like The Guardian and Earth Sky jumped on the story fast. But oddly, the U.S. government stayed quiet. No statements, no confirmations, no denials. Everything is wrapped in thick silence. And that silence itself makes people think something's being hidden. On international forums, folks started arguing. Some say 3I Atlas is a messenger, a guiding star, getting ready for a big event coming. Others believe it's the fiery wheel the prophet Ezekiel saw in his vision, the first sign of the Son of Man appearing in the clouds. In my view, maybe 3I Atlas isn't just some lost chunk of space rock. It feels like a door opening between heaven and earth, where Bible prophecies are starting to look real. Each beat of that signal, like reminding us time's running short. Could it be we're seeing the warm-up for the great return the Bible talked about thousands of years ago? What do you think? If something huge like this could pick where to show, does it landing right over U.S. skies, the center of the modern world, seem random? Or is it a sign for a new era, where the sky isn't just something we look up at, but where heaven's opening its gates? Now, with everyone staring up, one question sticks in my mind, and probably yours too. What really is 3I Atlas? An object from way out in space, or a wake-up call from the Creator that his time is getting close? So, What is it really? An alien spaceship? A huge meteor drifting lost in space? Or maybe a sign from God? Are you ready to dive in with me and look at what scientists are saying about this thing? The government's staying quiet, and NASA's